Welcome back, guys. Today on No Recipe Required, we're going to do some polenta. Polenta is a great grain. It's essentially smashed up corn. I've got a package of it here, easily available in the stores, and very easy to cook. So let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're cooking some polenta here, and what I've got in this pot is some chicken stock and water mixed together. Most recipes will tell you just to use water, but I've added some chicken stock just because it has more flavor to it and it'll make the end product just that much tastier, but feel free to use water. And for the most part, you can just follow the directions on the recipe, on the recipe package you've got. I'm making about 3 cups of polenta, so here I've got it. And once the water just starts boiling, I'm actually going to add the butter. Most of the recipes will call for butter. I've got 2 tablespoons here. Just give that a quick stir and it will melt very quickly. It doesn't have to get all the way melted before you start adding the polenta. But here I'm just going to start slowly kind of reining it in, and I'm using a wire whisk here to stir as I go. And that'll prevent lumps from forming in the polenta. And so we're just going to rein that in. You don't have to be too careful with it. The ratio is generally about 4 cups of liquid, in this case chicken stock and water, to 1 cup of polenta. Sometimes, that may be off a little bit depending on the polenta itself or the humidity and environment you're in. It's going to be pretty thin to start with, but very quickly, it's just going to take a couple minutes for those grains of corn, the polenta, to start soaking up the water. And it's going to get very thick very quickly, and then go ahead and cook it for the time that's outlined on your box. We're going to come back and check in on this in just a couple minutes. Okay, the polenta's just been cooking now for a few minutes, and you can see it's gotten very thick. That's normal. It's going to take about 20 minutes to cook, but then follow the directions on the package. And because it is so thick, it's got a chance of burning, so you want to turn the heat down essentially as low as it can go, and then probably come back and stir it every 2 or 3 minutes. You want to cook it covered so that the polenta steams in there and cooks thoroughly through. And at the end of that 20 minutes or so, we're going to have a nice soft polenta that's a great starch for a lot of dishes. We'll check back then. Hey guys, so welcome back. We have been cooking our polenta for about 25 minutes now. If at any time during that, and remember you're checking it every couple minutes, if at any time it looks like it's just gotten to a solid mass, go ahead and add some more water and use the whisk to break it up and let it continue cooking. What you're looking for at the end of 25 minutes is for the individual grains to be nice and soft and tender. It's never going to be mush. It shouldn't be mush, but it should be a nice porridge consistency. I like to finish mine with some Parmesan cheese. I've got about a 3/4 cup here, and this is going to go in right at the last minute. And just go ahead and stir that in. It'll melt in very quickly and add a little additional flavor to it. You can also, if you like, add a little bit of cream to it, again to thicken it up or to give it a richer taste. Really as much or as little as you want. This makes a great starch to go along with, say, roast chicken or any kind of braised meats, or a substitute for mashed potatoes. So thanks for tuning in on this polenta, and we will see you next time on No Recipe Required.